In this video, we will learn to find the x-intercepts and the y-intercept of a rational function. Now, remember how x-intercepts and y-intercepts work in general. Okay, so this would be my y-intercept. And notice the y-intercept is always going to be 0, something. Alright, I'm just going to call it n. Like say this is n right here. This would be 0, n. And then over here, like say this is p right here. Then that's the x value. But the y value is 0. So this would be like p, 0. So for the y-intercept, x is always 0. For the x-intercept, y is always 0. Okay, just keep that in mind. So if I want to find the y-intercept, let x equal 0. Alright, that's just the basic principle. Okay, if you want the y-intercept, let x equal 0. Now, if you want to find the x-intercept, technically you could say let y equal 0. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. Let's go ahead and do the y-intercept because that's the easiest. If I let x equal 0, look, if x is 0, then I have 0 here, I have 0 here, and I have 0 here. That's a lot of 0, okay? And when you're adding 0 doesn't do anything. So that's going to wipe out all this part. So that's just going to leave -8 over -4, right? Negative divided by a negative is a positive. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So look what happened. We let x equal 0 and we got 2. So that means the y-intercept is 0, 2. Okay? Now, let's talk about the x-intercept. So like I said, technically, if we want the x-intercept, we let y equal 0. By the way, this is basically y over here. So we're letting this be 0. But here's the thing. When you have a rational function and you want it to equal 0, well, the denominator can't be 0 because that would be undefined. Only the numerator can be 0. So letting y equal 0, alright, in other words, setting the whole function equal to 0, the only way that's going to happen is if the numerator is equal to 0. So this is what you really wind up doing. When you want to find the x-intercept of a rational function, you quickly find out that the only way that's going to happen is if the numerator is equal to 0. Okay? Solving this equation, x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0, is just a matter of factoring. Probably. X squared is just going to be x times x. 8 is either going to be 2 times 4 or 1 times 8. Looking at the middle, I'm betting on 2 times 4. Okay, the inner plus the outer has to equal the middle. If I have a -2 and a +4, that gives me -2x, +4x. That gives me a +2 middle. And -2 times +4 is -8. So that works out as well. So this is the way to factor it. If I set these two equal to 0, alright, I'm talking x minus 2 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0, then that's going to give me x equals 2 and x equals -4. Okay, so this will lead to my x-intercepts. So my x-intercepts, apparently there are 2 of them. Alright, and they are 2, 0 and -4, 0. Okay, so to summarize, you want to find the y-intercept, let x equal 0. In other words, substitute 0 for all the x's. If you want to find the x-intercept, I could say let y equal 0, but really that's going to be the same thing as letting the numerator equal 0. Set the numerator equal to 0 and solve, and that will lead to your x-intercepts.